When I was young, Domino Day was a television program where a European team of domino enthusiasts would place millions upon millions of dominoes and topple their mega creation during one magnificent evening live on national TV. And boy, let me tell you, it was the event of the year. The entirety of Europe had its eyes glued to the TV. Alright, let's make dominoes. It's been a while since I wanted to use the newish dots technology. According to Unity, this new multi-threaded framework will blow your mind with unparalleled performance. Particles, voids, flying cars, FPS coming out the wazoo, it has it all. So naturally, I thought, if I want to have multiple thousands of dominoes in a single scene, this should be the way to go. Mind you, these preview packages still have rough edges. Actually, scratch that. They're just 100% edges, it's tied to an old version of Unity, and the documentation is chaotic at best. But the performance is there. Hi, I'm Leonard, welcome to Useless Game Dev, let's topple that shit. I started by making a simple domino with a simple shader to allow me to color each face independently. A front color, a back color, and a top color for the rest of it. Now, placing dominoes is a long, tedious, and repetitive process. Luckily, the world of computers was invented precisely to handle long and tedious processes for us. The first interesting structure to make is to generate picture mosaics. This could take hours if not days when working with real-life dominoes, but in code, that's actually fairly simple. Just iterate over every pixel of the image and instantiate a domino accordingly. I also spawned what I'd call sides, a series of dominoes that, when toppled, would in turn trigger the mosaic falling. This wasn't enough math, so I made two more ways to spawn pictures. One that I called zigzags and the other one was on a circle. Now, in order to connect those mosaics together, I need to make paths. At first, I wanted to use Sebastian Lake's brilliant Bezier Paths Creator. I've used it for years and it never failed me. But nowadays, I try to stick with native Unity features to rely less on third-party plugins, and luckily, the recent-ish 2D sprite shape package does just what I want. Honestly, the overall quality of Unity 2D features has just skyrocketed in recent years. I can create a path, adjust the spline to my desire, and then spawn a bunch of dominoes along the line. Path, check. Connecting stuff, check. I just needed a small bridge structure to allow paths to overlap. I then fell down the rabbit hole of Domino YouTube and found another type of path called Sonimod lines. They're like regular lines but worse. They're harder to put in place, certainly more prone to fall due to real-world vibrations, but they look super cool, and also due to the small displacement, they're a lot faster than regular domino lines. Rectangular pictures are easy, but the nicest domino shapes are more organic, and for this, there's no solution. At some point, if I want to make a great domino creation, I need to spend some actual time placing pieces one by one. And I think for once, it's harder in Unity than in real life, even though real life doesn't have copy and paste. One useful thing I found was placing a sprite of the image I wanted to make right underneath, and then removing the sprite when I was done. Before we see the final domino showdown, I want to mention two problems that I ran into, because game dev is all about problems, breaking them down, and solving them one by one. The first problem I encountered was 3D structures. You see, there's a lot of super cool stuff like walls and towers, and it would have been great to have them in my domino extravaganza. However, Unity is not letting me stack dominoes. Dominoes would sort of slide. No matter how I configured the physics simulation, the friction, the mass, even using Havoc's physics, nothing worked. So, after hours of attempts and crushed hopes, I had to give up on my 3D dreams. But somehow the Sony mod lines work, so I don't know. The second problem, performance. It all comes back to performance in the end. Despite the super performant DOTS physics and my killer CPU having tens of thousands of dominoes, each with physics enabled was too much. The solution I used was to disable physics for fallen dominoes, and also splitting the entirety of the work in multiple chunks or zones. While the action happens in a zone, all other zones have their physics disabled. Now, I know you're waiting to see some dominoes, so here we go. In 3, 2, 1... In the end, 50,402 dominoes were toppled, and I thought this was a huge number, but actually it's not even close to the Guinness World Record. Who has that kind of time? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I definitely did enjoy making this domino project, and I can see how it could turn into an actual video game, because making domino stuff and then watching them fall is just super rewarding. Maybe it could even be a VR game, why not? If you want more useless video game ideas and implementation, check out the rest of the channel, subscribe for more. If you want to see real life domino videos, I cannot recommend the Hevesh5 YouTube channel enough. Lily Hevesh will show you their amazing domino designs and tutorials, so definitely check it out. Have a good one, and I hope I'll see you in the next video.